Welcome back to another video. Today I'm discussing the cluster mess that was Moonrise. Now Moonrise is of course a story, an anime that is on Netflix that follows the story of Jack as he ventures to the moon to take vengeance on Bob/Phil, the attacker of the space bridge that inevitably killed Jack's foster parents, among many others that was on Earth. While he goes to moon, he finds out that Earth been doing the moon bad. Bob/Phil is his brother that grew up in the same lab as Jack that was physically enhanced humans or physically enhanced robots. They don't really explain that to make sure, and to free the moon's people of the Earth's excessive aggression towards them and excessive things. And of course the Earth is motivated by an AI that makes them make decisions for the betterment of Earth and whatever it shapes it to be. They legit got a priest in the show for the AI. That don't sound crazy to you? Now of course there are other main characters in the show, as there is Rias, Jack's love interest, though they don't ever get together in the show. They are eventually separated at the end of the show. Sorry, spoiler warnings. Jack, who is a super soldier, of course. Phil, who is a genetically enhanced dude that is able to enhance arms, or at least be technically part of Phyllis. Not really also explained. Also, there is Mary, who is another I want to say Mary was in the same lab, but that is also not true. She is just a person that can control a giant squid thing that would eventually, if left unchecked, take over and kill all of the moon people. Also, it's never explained why there's moon people. Anyway, there's Salamandra. I think she's the best in the show. She's consistent. I enjoy her. Gorg, which was part of Jack's original team. Zoan, who was part of Jack's original team. And Pitter, who is one of the main antagonists or the main betrayal, the plot twist villain at the end of the show. And personally, the only reason I see this as a cluster mess is because they put the storyline all over the place. Now, when I first was going into the anime, it was recommended to me by a friend, just how animes go. You get recommended to as a friend, you be like, all right, you check it out. I watched all the episodes. And it has clean animation. The fight scenes are amazing, spectacular. The beginning after the end needs to take some notes, but it's not bad in the animation. And the story itself, I would not say it's bad. It's just all over the place. For example, episode 1 may greet you with a shocking development, a shocking cliffhanger at the end of the episode. While you go into episode 2, they just have a further past backstory about something that happened in the past, and that continues on and off in each episode, where it flashes you to the present, the future, and the past. And it's not really explained. There's no time marks. There's not telling you what year you're in. You're just expecting to follow the story over and over again, even though the story doesn't want to follow the story. For one thing, why am I learning about Mary's childhood while at the same time we are in an intense fight sequence? Also, there around episode 8 or 9, because I think there's 12 episodes in the season, there's a time skip for when Jack does his betrayal toward the team and towards the Earth to when he has to join Phil in his army. There's like a year time skip for no reason, and that's just never explained. He left and it was just like jump, like for what? They could have did this all in 1 year. And at that point, the civil war in the moon, between the moon and the Earth, has gone on for longer. They've never explained Mary. Never really explained the tech they have to use that is able to create matter off of anything that has mass, their little capes, any of what they're wearing. They have their backstories for the characters that are being killed, so applaud them for that. So Leveling ain't doing that, so you could applaud them for that. But every character that you meet, they try to give more background of it, rather that be in the beginning, in the middle of episode, and it makes you not lose interest. It makes you think, what is happening? Why am I in the past? Why am I not in episode 2 or 3 or 4? So you be thinking that you're watching a current episode, but it's actually an episode about the past. And I'm not saying it was a bad layout. I've seen animes like that wants to give you the past first and then wants to jump you back into the current timeline in terms of the episode, of how they use it episodically. But at least give it some context. Tell me what year I am. Tell me some time in the past. Don't even tell me where it is. Just say, oh, sometime in the past or before the main story. To keep it relevant and keep the audience not confused. Be like, oh, they're in the present. But no, because it goes from episode 1 and then goes to episode 2, Jack being locked up, and then around episode 8 or 9, you're back to Jack being locked up for some reason. Or no, episode 3, he's back being locked up for some reason, and then you meet Peter for some reason. I'm like, what is happening? And it's not a bad layout. There's many animes like Moonrise that have, that the story is confuffle all over the place, but the context, a little timestamp, is pretty good, saying, hey yo, this did not happen to the main story that you're trying to follow. Because the animation, the story, and the critical thinking is beautiful. I actually really like this story in of itself, and the theme of it. That's what they're trying to tell. I just can't think of the name of what they're trying to tell, and inevitably I applaud you to go watch it, but it is a cluster. You don't know what's happening. I hope other people that's watched this anime subscribe. Even if you haven't seen the anime, I hope you like and subscribe also. But to be fair, Jack is a pretty interesting character, and him being a super soldier, even preluding everything, they tell you that he is supposed to be King of the Moon, and he, spoilers, inevitably becomes King of the Moon, and how Phil is being manipulated by the AI also, even though he's trying to break free of the AI's will by being counterintuitive or counterproductive to it, even though he inevitably gives in to the AI will, making sure that the AI is inevitably destroyed. And then Fizz was being played like a lot of people was being played like a fiddle. Inevitably, it goes back to that one AI. I just can't pronounce the name. I applaud you to go watch it. It was clustered. I wish I could use clips. It was clustered. It was such a mess. Subscribe. The execution was horrible, but the animation was insanely nice, insanely beautiful. The fights are really good. I really enjoyed the fights, especially with this season of anime that is out. But anyway, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.